All right, what is going on, guys? Pebbles back again, coming to the showcase on the brand new 1000 Year Blood War True Shikai Getsuga Jujisho remake Heart Shikai Ichigo, and yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? Get to whatever. Now, this character has a lacerate as well as weaken on all of his attacks, which is pretty damn good. We do have spiritual pressure of what is this number? Like 1388 plus 3738. Like at 1 out of 5, we're rocking 5126 spiritual pressure, which is kind of crazy. And keep in mind, we do have full standard damage boost focus, so that's a ton of spiritual pressure off rip. We have the fortification pill T set as well as lieutenant's badge. We do have a ton of spiritual pressure thanks to the Ichigos as well as the Toshiro. Now, going into his actual skills, I did separate them and put it in this little area so that way it's a lot easier to just digest. Going into Arena, for those that actually even play that game mode, even though I personally haven't logged into it in about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. Arena skills, he picks up star power up item +2, which is pretty OP, increased special move use +1, berserker 30%, and all stats +40%. It's just stupid, right? Next, going into his soul trait, this character does get 2 soul traits, just like Retsu, where he gets strong attack damage 20% and strong attack recharge built into the character 12%. And that's going to be a dual soul trait character, as well as having dual killer, where he has Soul Reaper and Stern Ritter killer. Now, my misconception was that he had Soul Reaper and Quincy killer, because his disabler goes increased status element chance against Soul Reapers and Quincy's +10%, and since most Stern Ritters are also Quincy's, it does, since all Stern Ritters are Quincy's, I guess it does make sense and gives him a little bit more utility in content like Guild Quest, which I think is pretty damn OP. In normal content like IT or IZ, where the enemies change sporadically, increased status element chance against mind attribute enemies probably would have been better. But since I do think that this character's third strong attack is probably the strongest third strong attack in the game, since he has the strongest third strong attack in the game, which you'll see in a bit, it makes sense that this character is kind of just like pretty much made for Nightmare Guild Quest. And yeah, so going into the rest of the skills, for utility, we have Sprinter +2 long stride, so we do have extra flash steps along with a lot more length. Havoc 20%, so increased range for your strong attacks. Complete status immunity, not shared status immunity, which is kind of unfortunate, but being immune to all status elements just off rip is pretty good. Marauder, which is guard break plus nullified melee resistance, is good. Debilitator +5 seconds on a character with lacerate. Debilitator +5 seconds is kind of insane. Then you have the increased status element chance against Soul Reaper and Quincy's +10%, so you pretty much have disabler as long as you have killer. You have poise, and then you also have hit an enemy chance 100%, so any underground enemies are pretty much going to get destroyed. Going into his strong attack buffs, we actually have access to Frenzy +2 and the soul trait Berserker 20%. So running him with a strong attack recharge, strong attack damage link is not really a bad option, because it'll scale very, very well with his low Berserker but high amount of hits with his frenzy, as well as the spiritual pressure boost 80%. And then on top of that, if he is proccing his status elements, which you'll see, his damage to lacerated and damage to weakened enemies plus 100% goes kind of freaking bananas. And you also have bombardment +1. Now, when you have increased status element chance against Soul Reapers or Quincy's in content like Guild Quest, this character essentially will proc his status element upon the first hit. And since he has frenzy +2, he's going to have so many hits that this double damage will proc very, very, very often, but his spiritual pressure boost will also proc almost 100% uptime with very, very, very little downtime, just to reapply it to the character. The fact that they gave him bombardment on top of the damage to lacerated and damage to weakened enemies plus 100% is kind of crazy, but either way, I mean, it is what it is. So normally I would take a character into IT in single player, but for this, I'm actually going to take him into IT in co-op. Now, I did fool around on this Ichigo for a little bit, just because I did want to see exactly what this character is all about. He is a very weird character, and he is a very different kit than I actually expected. Let me actually do this. I don't want to get hit, I just want... Oh my god, Alright, so Kaname is done. So yeah, going into this character, you'll see here, we do deal pretty damn good damage, even though we don't have the Pierce Iron skin ability. Obviously, it's not like perfect damage or anything like that, But his third strong attack is interesting because it looks like it hits multiple times every single time you hold it. But you'll see here that they go down, and unless you fully hold it, he won't do his Getsuga Jujisho. I will say that you are relatively protected, but in content like Limit Breaker quests, I don't think that holding the third strong attack is going to be worth it if the enemies have the skill of poise. Excuse me. So first strong attack is a melee collision attack. It's kind of like a beam, but it doesn't look like it. I still find this as like a very, very weird attack. I'm not gonna lie. Second strong attack is pretty much very, very similar to Uryu's, and then the third strong attack will knock everyone down. It's an 1170 AoE, which means you have some crazy, crazy good range on it. But on top of it, which is really good, is you can opt to immediately just pop off the attack, or you can hold it and deal significantly more hits. Like you'll see there, you can actually like either hold it or not hold it. You can also hold it and then let go. Let's wait a couple bits. So you can do this, 1170, and then let go, and then you get an extra secondary hit on that instead of having to wait for the attack. So if I decide to do this, I can do the first strong attack with some pretty good range on it. Second attack. It's a really good range on that first strong attack, despite it looking like a range collision. It's not, which I still find it very, very, very weird. Yeah, I also want to show how big the AoE is. You'll see here that it knocked down the enemy all the way back here too, which is really, really, really good. We took damage here, which is kind of unfortunate because I do have a full stamina damage boost, so we lose a ton of damage here, but that's fine. Like if I do one and then let go, you'll see here that he does do a secondary attack as opposed to just like pushing the strong attack. If you don't charge it, you don't end up getting that second attack, it looks like, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd like to... It's so weird to playtest this. Yeah, because this looks like you just get like the first portion of the attack unless you hold it. So it looks like to get the most value out of this attack, in my opinion, it looks like it's really going to be... If the enemy has a lot of HP, you push the attack, hold it, so that way you can get the full screen Getsuga Jujisho. Or you can opt for just a quick charge, which will last like about a second, like honestly like 1 second. It's really not that big a deal. And what you'll do is you'll literally just pop it, hold it, and then let go. And you'll see here that you get like a second wave of a strong attack. Obviously it's not going to be as strong as holding it for the Getsuga Jujisho, but I will say that I think that it'll be worth it in the long run because it just has really, really good range. Like if I just pop that off, you'll see like how far it actually went. It reached all the way up here from like around here, which I think that that's really, really, really clutch. Let's do it from here. Alright, wasn't able to reach it back here, but pretty much reached from here all the way to around here. Like, I think that's the main thing that I really like about this type of attack just in general. Boom, boom. And that's also why I like holding it for 1 second, because it's a second blast that's an 1170 instead of relying on a full screen third strong attack. Oh, I was hoping I'd get him. Now, unfortunately, I took damage by like playtesting this, and I mean, it is what it is. Like, obviously, in an ideal world, I don't take damage, but when I'm playtesting and trying to figure out how stuff works, like the thing is, this Ichigo, according to Soldex's like data mining, this character has literally essentially 3 new skills, and his nat string is also different. It's so weird, such a strange character. I don't think he's a bad character. Obviously, he's like really, really OP. I'm still trying to playtest how I would personally play with this character, and I really do feel like this is gonna... Oh my god. I really do feel like this is gonna be one of those characters that I personally will just pop this off, hold it for like a second, and then release it. unless there's like a boss, like the IT boss being all up on my ass there. Like I'm like in what is it called? Just Tilt-A-Whirl, like some gay like bar or whatever. I'm definitely not gonna hold this strong attack, but I'll definitely just pop this off. Like the fact that this is still just a really good third strong attack with an 1170 radius is excellent. Like for normal easy content, I think that he'll do just fine. My issue with this character is that he has the increased status element chance against Soul Reapers and Quincy's, right? And the problem with that is for regular IT, like for regular content like IT, for example, you'll proc your status elements on these characters that are Soul Reapers very, very easily. But against Hollows, even with Frenzy, you'll still have like kind of a bit of an issue actually proccing it. But I will say, like, dude, this character is, dude, this character's nuts. Now let's take him into IT. No, let's take him into IZ and see what he can do there. Like his third strong attack is like really, really wonky. So you'll deal 600% magnification damage if you like charge it. I still don't even know how this strong attack works, man. Because like the full screen, it's a portion of it is weaker than the initial portion of it. Boom. All right, let's check this out. Let's take him into regular IZ, that way we can properly playtest that type of damage. IZ dark unit. I still don't know why they made him a dark unit. Like this is the third the third 1,000-year blood war heart Ichigo. Like, oh, I don't get it. All right, it's like, all right, Caleb. Alright, so let's see exactly what this character can do. Now, the first strong attack says that it's a beam that's 3,000 length, but it has 2 parts to it with 12 hits. So when we proc it, we're dealing 23,000 damage times 12? 23 times 12, that's kind of stupid. So 276,000 damage, and if the enemy is literally... Oh my god. If the enemy is a Quincy or Soul Reaper, you're pretty much guaranteed to proc weaken and lacerate, right? Which that means that this 23,000 multiplies by 1.5 for the weaken, times 2 for the damage to lacerate and damage to weaken enemies plus 100%. We're dealing 69,000 damage times 11 plus the initial 23,000 with Killer and IZ. And the first strong attack at 1 out of 5, this character is dealing like, excuse me, almost 800,000 damage. On a first strong attack, that's stupid. That's just dumb, bro. And like I said, it's a 3k length beam. So like literally, like if I bring this character all the way over here, wait for him to do that, so that way I can do that. You'll see that it kills this enemy from like all the way over here. Let's see. Those enemies right there. Still hits them. 3k length beams are so broken, bro. They really are. So this second strong attack hit for 88,000. Now that is with our spiritual pressure boost, right? 38,300 with our spiritual pressure boost. So this 23,000 was like without the SP. So 38,300 multiplies by 1 point. So 1.5 times 2, 114k times 11 plus 38,000. So if we have our spiritual pressure boost, that first strong attack is hitting for 1.3 million. Yeah, I made a mistake when it came down to calculating that 23,000 because the enemy wasn't afflicted with the status element without us getting spiritual pressure boost for the duration of that status element to begin with. So 38,000, we're dealing 1.3 million with a 1 out of 5 character. Not 782,000, I was wrong. Way wrong. Alright, so let's get our spiritual pressure boost real quick. Alright, there we go. So first attack. Oh, now we're getting multiple waves of attacks though. That's so weird. I'm not quite sure how this third strong attack functions. $62,000. $62,000. I'm gonna write this down on the side because I don't know. 116,000. 96,000. Alright, so 96,000 with the second strong attack hits 12 times. Let's just do that real quick. 1.1 million if the enemy gets hit with our status element upon the first hit. This changes to 1.5 times 2 for the lacerate damage to weaken. Multiply this by 11 plus the 96,000, and then the second strong attack's hitting for 3.2 million. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like some stuff is just so broken that there's not really content that'll handle this type of damage, you know what I mean? And even though I was doing Ultra IT co-op, he doesn't have Pierce Iron skin. I lost my what is it called? I lost my full standard damage boost relatively quickly. So if I'll do another round with me actually trying. Alright, we're gonna do another run just because I did kill the Rukia over here without our soul bomb, and I was trying to test out the third strong attack with this pressure boost. Damn it, I didn't hold it. What I want to do is check out the damage with that third strong attack. $93,000 off that ending. Okay. Okay, so let's test this out. Now this has a lot of weird implications to it. So we did the 62,000, then we did, it looked like 93,000. So 93,000, 62,000. Let me actually, you know what? There is one thing that I can do. If I just go to the Ichigo builder and I just select the new Ichigo into the builder and I calculate based on the original damage. All right, cool. So you'll see here that this third strong attack hits for so much damage on the side, and it's like a ridiculous number. Like this third strong attack is like by far the strongest strong attack in the entire game. But since we calculated that second strong attack and the first strong attack, we can actually calculate how much damage we would deal with the SA3 to the SA2 to the SA1. So the SA3, when we take the 52,470, add in the 17,496, this is like the damage that you would deal if you fully charged up that attack, right? Now, if we actually divide this by the SA1, it is divided by 8,016. Boom. So the third strong attack hits for 8.72 times more. Now, I don't know if this middle number will actually play a part in the third strong attack. It very well might, just based on the way that it looks like it comes out in waves. But in IT Ultra, it didn't seem like it did, but in IZ, you saw the waves coming out multiple times. So I don't understand how this strong attack functions. I still think it's a bit buggy. I don't know if that'll give people their orbs back. Maybe K-Lab will scam people. They like to do that. But if I go over here and we take the initial damage that we did here with the... where is it? Yeah, the 1.302 million. If we take the 1.3 mil and multiply this by 8.72829, boom. This third strong attack is going to hit for 11.3 million. This is more than like Yamamoto's soul bomb. All right, I might be wrong there, but this is taking into account if the third strong attack on this Ichigo procs weaken and lacerate on the enemy upon the first hit. Okay, don't think that this is like a normal strong attack, but since this character does have increased status summon chance, since he has frenzy +2, and because since he also has like 30 to 50 hits on this strong attack is gonna be absolutely nuts. I can't wait to see what this character does in epic raids, and I think that that's probably gonna be the place where this character shines the most, because I think that he's just gonna shred guild quests as well as epic raids probably more than most characters are able to. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the Ichigo in a nutshell. I do want to take him into IT, Ultra IT, and just to see what he can do there. But yeah, no, I mean, his Soul Bomb is also looks really good. Oh man, such a beast. 3K Link Beam, but a different 3K Link Beam than normal. Grab that potion. Yeah, 66k, 52k, gets a Soul Bomb in. I mean, gets a full screen third strong attack in after he does the 1170. 1170 is still such a great strong attack though. Alright, let's take him into Ultra IT Coop and see what he can do there for like the last run. Except this time I'm actually going to try. I'm not saying I'm going to do good, but I'll try. Alright. I'll see if I can like get Kaname to go down relatively quickly, but I have to be careful because like those enemies came real close to hitting me, and if I lose my full stam, I do lose quite a bit of damage. Alright, there we go. 3K Link Beam. Dude, the 3K Link Beam, I wish that it was as girthy as like 6th Anniversary Aizen's. Unfortunately, it's not. These enemies are also pretty quick too. I love that he does dual wielding like tactics when it comes to his attacks too. Yeah, I feel like in IT Ultra, I feel like I'd like holding it for like a second as opposed to fully charging it. Link Beam. Oh, dude. Ah, this stupid son of a bitch. He decided to go all the way back there. Oh, you suck, bro. I'm so upset. Oh my gosh. That should kill the boss, no? Pretty sure all the bosses are dead off that. Oh my god! Bruh. That was an L. That was completely an L on my part. I goofed that so bad. Oh, we're so close to the end too. Yeah, I think that this is the second to last room. I'm so sad. I tried, guys. I'm sorry. Really? I thought you were one shot. You're not one shot? Oh Lord. Oh my god. I don't know how I survived that. Yeah, I shouldn't have survived that. There's no way. should pierce through. Oh, that didn't hit the bosses. Oh, they should go through the bosses too, yep. Yeah, because we left that one guy with like 1 HP, when the third strong attack popped off, it bleeds right through. The third strong attack has so many hits. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the Ichigo in a nutshell. I will be playing with a 5 out of 5 one later on today. Excuse me. I will be playing with a 5/5 one later on today, so I'll be excited to see what that character is able to do in the long run. Unfortunately, I won't have I won't have IT co-op. Honestly, I wish the IT co-op was available at all times. Like, oh wait, I forgot they changed it so it's always online. Oh, thank you, Caleb. Finally, you did something right. I know that's been a while. That's been a thing for a while, but hey, we take them small W's when we can. But yeah, shout out to Faith Edge for letting me do the showcase, and yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. As grind, I'll catch up and stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next one. Peace.